So you guys probably caught my video on the Note 10, Note 10 Plus. It was just like, it was a hands-on first impressions. I had a short amount of time with those devices. I actually didn't have a retail version of the phone up until right now. So as you can tell in front of me, it's a Note 10 Plus. It's in the box. It's factory fresh. And it got me to thinking, you know, I haven't switched smartphones in a while. I had intentions to. I had a couple of different devices come across the table. I was like, maybe I'm gonna switch to that one. Maybe I'm gonna, but the truth is, as far as like switching completely and shifting everything over, you know, it's sometimes you're a bit apprehensive. Sometimes you're happy with the device that you're on and you just don't feel like switching. That has been this particular device, the OnePlus 7 Pro. I just been like, hey man, I love the display. It's got the refresh, it's got the OLED, it's got the bezel-less. Look, I was enjoying using this particular phone. Maybe the one thing that's not especially standout on it is the camera. I think I'm probably gonna see an improvement in the camera moving over to this Note, but I'm just like, it's time to change. That's the job description. You gotta try out all the different smartphones, and the best way to do it is to change completely and exclusively and to put the main SIM card into that next device. I'm gonna do the usual thing, and of course I'm also gonna do the unboxing here because my last videos I didn't have the retail version. So this one in front of me is the Aura Glow with the magical gradient on the back. Look at that, factory fresh. It's got you've got the plastic on there still. You can start to see that finish on the back. Some people, they don't like this that much. Like I saw some people in the comments are like, oh, that's gross. But like, in all honesty, the pictures and videos you've seen of it that show it in all the colors like that, that's only in a certain type of reflection that you see that. Most of the time when I look at it from here, you only get a small glimmer of that color impact. It mostly looks reflective, almost like a mirror. That kind of mirror look most of the time. So I guess that's important to put out there. Something I'm excited for right away is getting wireless charging back, because most of the devices I used leading up to this OnePlus had wireless charging. OnePlus, for whatever reason, so reluctant to put the wireless charging in. When you got the wireless charge, you drop it on. There's something special about it. You get used to it. You start to want it back. And of course, this device is gonna give me that back. All right, let's do some fancy peels right now because this is so fresh. We can't miss out. So here we go. Plastic off the back. It's got a 4,300 milliamp hour battery. I'm interested to see how that pans out in relationship to the very big display and all the other features. Like what's my battery life I'm looking at? I expect it to be good. Now, one thing is for certain, this guy's gonna get fingerprints. It's, I mean, that's a magnet. If I put in the right light, that's a lot of fingerprints. So I'm probably gonna look for some sort of a case for this. Of course, the pen has some improvements on it. I'm not sure how big of a deal that's gonna be for me because I'm not such a big pen user, but maybe I get back into it. We'll see. Things change, times change, so on. It ships with a fast charger. I believe this is a 25 watt fast charger. This thing is gonna be capable of charging a lot quicker than that. You can get it up to 40 watts, I believe. Is that correct, Will? 45 watts. So there's an optional 45 watt charger, Type-C cable, Type-C to C, and then a micro USB to Type-C adapter. You gotta like having the extras there for migration and whatnot. Now granted, this thing, the Note series, no longer has a headphone jack. S series had it, and then it was kind of controversial. They're still gonna have it and they're not gonna have it. They don't. And I know some people are upset about that, but I guess as a consolation, they gave you a decent set of AKG earbuds that utilize the Type-C connector. They could have included some Galaxy Buds. I've heard there's some pre-order promotions that are gonna include Galaxy Buds. And then, of course, the other benefit with the Galaxy Buds is because this thing has reverse wireless charging, you can charge your buds right on the phone. I was not the hugest fan of Galaxy Buds. They were all right, but nonetheless, you get a free pair with interchangeable ear tips. This is an upgrade. This is by AKG. This is a big upgrade on the typical included earbuds. So I'm glad they put it in. Headphone jack would have been better, but you get this for a wired headphone if need be. That, of course, over on the right, that's a OnePlus 7 Pro. You can see because they hid the front-facing camera in the motorized component. That's what you end up with, screen to body ratio. This one over here, on the other hand, you end up with the hole punch. Now, the hole punch is shrunk down. I said it in my hands-on video. It's not as big as it was on the S series devices. I liked the fact that the hole punch on the other ones was hidden up in the corner where it's not real estate you typically use anyways, but there is something to be said for symmetry as well from a design perspective. It's kind of pleasing and it's smaller. But of course, the time has come for me to switch device. I gotta say goodbye to this one, and I'm telling you, I really had a good time with it. I really can't say much bad about it, particularly for the price. Of course, this one on the left is gonna be a few more bucks than the one that I'm leaving on the right, it's hard to know. It's hard to say that this is gonna offer me up that extended functionality that's worthwhile for the extended cost. So the SIM card comes out of this guy over here. Okay, moment has come. Now keep in mind, it's the main SIM card. I'm not one of these guys having multiple SIM cards out there, so all the phones are running in the pockets at the same time. When I switch to another smartphone, that becomes my smartphone exclusively. I think it's the best way to test these things. You live your life with this new smartphone, and then you can report back on sort of how you feel about it. And now, with the new show downstairs, the Lou Later show, which is longer form conversational, I feel like I can hit you guys with updates along the way as I transition to the daily life with the latest Note series. In this case, the Plus version of it. I'm a Note guy now for the time being, but I ain't gonna stop switching. I'll let you guys know how it's going on that Lou Later show along the way. You can also talk to me on Twitter. You can ask me if I like it or not. You can ask me if it's worth the money, but it is a lot of money.